this episode of the Who Am I series, we're going to be discussing the cases of 5 Jane and John Does in Nevada. The first case we're going to be discussing is that of the Sand Canyon John Doe. The Sand Canyon John Doe was found on March 12, 1992 in Wellington, Lyon County, Nevada. The fragmented remains were completely skeletonized. Bone fragments were found as far as 75 feet from the primary site of discovery. This is possibly due to animal activity post-mortem. Investigators were unable to determine the time since death. The cause of death is unknown, but foul play is suspected because the hands and feet were missing. The Sand Canyon John Doe was a white male who was estimated to have been between 35 to 50 years old, although some sources state his age as 35 to 45 years old. He's estimated to have stood between 6 foot and 6'2", and investigators were unable to estimate his weight. Investigators were unable to determine his eye color, but stated that his hair was reddish-brown. The Sand Canyon John Doe had a root canal on tooth number 3 and was determined to have been missing 8 teeth during his life. Dental records and DNA are available. A pullover-type t-shirt was present on the remains from around the neck and right arm. An imprint, possibly of a feather, was noted on the shirt. Other items found beside or close to the remains include a complete sock and a partial sock, a pair of black Stadia athletic shoes, and a Mervyn's elastic band from a pair of men's underwear, size 32 to 34. A makeshift campsite was located within 105 feet of the remains, in which the following items were found: a blanket, a black hat with the words Heavenly Lake Tahoe, blue jeans, black men's Hanes underpants, size 32 to 34, and a broken dog collar. The remains were discovered by an anonymous mail caller in a canyon off of Sand Canyon Road, which is approximately a mile east of Highway 338 near Wellington, Lyon County, Nevada. Authorities have been unsuccessful in all of their attempts to identify the caller. A news release was published in 1999 asking for the public's help in identifying John Doe. As a result of this, a woman who lived within walking distance of where the remains were discovered said that a dog used to come around her residence and would leave in the direction of where John Doe was discovered. She claimed the dog had no collar and provided a photograph of the dog to investigators. If you have any information about this case, please contact local authorities. The next case we're going to be discussing is that of the Lander County Jane Doe. The Lander County Jane Doe was found on February 25, 1990 in Lander County, Nevada. The remains were skeletonized. Only Jane Doe's extremities and head were recovered. Due to the state of the remains, they were initially believed to be that of a male. The time since death is estimated to have been 6 months to 2 years prior to discovery. The manner of death is homicide, although the cause of death could not be determined. There were signs she had suffered multiple blows to the head, but authorities could not determine if these had occurred before or after her death. The Lander County Jane Doe was Native American or Native Alaskan and was a female. She's estimated to have been between 25 to 40 years old, although it's possible that her exact age was closer to 28 to 38 years old. She's estimated to have stood between 5'2" and 5'8". Investigators were unable to determine her weight or eye color, but they stated that she had dark, long hair. She also had a previous injury to her right femur, which may have affected the way she walked. Dental records and DNA are available. The only item found with the Lander County Jane Doe was a handcrafted sterling silver ring with turquoise and coral triangular-shaped stones inlaid in an alternating pattern, size 7.5 to 8. Hikers discovered the partial skeletal remains widely scattered in the vicinity of Hilltop Road on Shoshone Mountain in rural Lander County. As a side note, this area was once used for mining. If you have any information about this case, please contact local authorities. Next is the case of the Clark County John Doe. The Clark County John Doe was found on October 13, 1991 in North Las Vegas, Clark County, Nevada. The remains were partially decomposed and unrecognizable due to traumatic injuries. A person was searching for cans when they found the dismembered torso of John Doe inside of a dumpster. John Doe's head and hands have never been recovered. The time since death is estimated to have been sometime during 1991. The manner of death is homicide, although the cause of death could not be determined. The Clark County John Doe was a white male who's estimated to have been between 35 to 50 years old. Investigators were unable to determine his height, weight, eye, or hair color. The Clark County John Doe sported some recognizable tattoos, including a woman with a large bust wearing a sombrero with brown sugar written on the sombrero. This tattoo is on his right front upper chest. A tattoo of the name Monique under his right nipple. A Pink Panther tattoo on his right upper abdomen. The letter N on his lower mid-chest, adjacent from what resembles an inverted Y. 2 small roses on his left lower chest, Del on his left forearm, a skull wearing a cap, smoking a cigarette on his right forearm, and a cartoon character, possibly a dog or a bear, dressed in pants and a shirt and smoking a cigar on his right shoulder blade. This character has also been theorized to be a cartoon thug instead of an animal. No clothing was found on or with the body. The dumpster the remains were found in was located at the AM/PM Market at 2000 East Cheyenne Avenue in North Las Vegas, Nevada. It's been hypothesized by internet sleuths that the murder of the Sand Canyon John Doe and this case are linked. Both cases involved dismemberment and occurred relatively close in time. If you have any information about this case, please contact local authorities. The next case we'll be discussing is that of the Elko County Jane Doe. The Elko County Jane Doe was found on November 16, 1993 in Elko County, Nevada. The remains were not recognizable due to decomposition. However, her time since death was estimated to be only 6 days prior to discovery. She had been shot twice, once in the chest and once in the back with a small caliber weapon. One of the bullets pierced her heart. She had also been severely beaten about the face. There was no sign of sexual assault. The Elko County Jane Doe was a white female who's estimated to have been between 20 to 35 years old, although it's possible that her exact age was closer to 25 to 27 years old. She's estimated to have stood between 5'7" and 5'8", and she weighed about 144 pounds. She had brown eyes and blonde or strawberry blonde hair. She had many distinguishing features, including a 2-inch by 4-inch burn scar or birthmark on her right calf, a nodular lesion above the tragus of her right ear, a single pierce mark in each earlobe. No earrings were present. Autopsy results showed that she had suffered from and was being treated for endometriosis. There was also evidence indicating that she may have previously given birth. Lastly, she was wearing pink fingernail polish and her nails looked to have been professionally done. Isotope testing revealed that she had lived much of her life in the Southwest, including Southern California, New Mexico, and Arizona. For the last 7 months of her life, which was likely April to November of 1993, she lived in Lincoln County, Wyoming, near the town of Afton. Her teeth were in excellent condition, but she was in the process of having a root canal done on the lower right molar. She had all 32 teeth, but her wisdom teeth were impacted. Her dental records, fingerprints, and DNA are available. An autopsy found evidence of alcohol and marijuana in her system. The Elko County Jane Doe was found completely naked, lying on her back, her arms spread out to her side in the shape of a cross, legs slightly parted. Investigators believe her killer may have purposely posed the body. She was found off the northbound side of Interstate 80, 20 miles west of the Utah border. The site where the remains were found lies on the edge of a vast and desolate desert bisected by one of the nation's busiest highways. Authorities believe that she was killed elsewhere and dumped at the I-80 turnoff. Detectives found drag marks on the ground from the victim's heels. Tire tracks found at the site point to a mid-sized to large vehicle, possibly a pickup truck or van. If you have any information about this case, please contact local authorities. The final case we're going to be discussing is that of the Nye County John Doe. The Nye County John Doe was found on October 22, 1980 in Nye County, Nevada. The partial remains were mummified and thus unrecognizable. The time since death is listed as sometime during 1980. Cause of death was homicide by gunshot. He was shot 4 times, twice on either side of the head. The murder weapon is believed to be a .22 caliber handgun. The Nye County John Doe was a white male who's estimated to have been between 40 to 55 years old. He's estimated to have stood between 5'4" and 5'6", and to have weighed between 140 and 150 pounds. Investigators were unable to determine his eye color, but his hair was brown. His dental records, fingerprints, and DNA are available. Clothing and jewelry were found with the Nye County John Doe, including a green and white floral pattern shirt, green slacks, a green and brown synthetic leather belt with a white metal buckle, brown floor sheen shoes, size 7D, and brown socks. There was also a gold chain with a medallion inscribed with $1.98. The value of the medallion and necklace were estimated to be between $400 and $700. The medallion appeared to be a custom piece of jewelry made with poor to medium quality craftsmanship. Initially, it was widely speculated that the necklace and medallion might be related in some way to the 1970s game show, the $1.98 Beauty Show. When this turned out to be a dead end, the necklace and medallion were taken to numerous jewelers without any success in identifying the designer. The necklace and medallion still have not generated any leads. The remains were discovered in an area off US Highway 95, 5/10 of a mile south of Nye County mile marker 89. This site is approximately 1 hour north of Las Vegas. Based on his style of clothing, it's been theorized that the murder of the Nye County John Doe was related to organized crime. If you have any information about this case, please contact local authorities. If you have any information that can help authorities identify any of the Jane or John Does discussed in this video, I urge you to come forward to help their families reclaim them and put them to rest. Thank you for watching.